Aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. We got feedback somewhere, I think.
Yes.
Okay. Approval of minutes from September 8th. I think these need a double look again.
I thought
They
looked
read
okay.
very well. I will make a motion to approve them.
I'll second.
We have a motion in 2 seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. New business. Item number 1, consider for approval resolution 2025-019 for opioid settlement authorization. County attorney is here. If anybody has any questions, he explained it all last week. And so we're looking for approval of this resolution.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve resolution 2025-019.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, Courtney?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Kurt.
Thanks, Kurt, for all your work.
Item number 2, secondary roads. We have a utility permit for under Mahogany along 220th Street.
Morning.
Good morning.
What do you say?
So this is basically it's from Mid-American Energy. Taking power from above ground and putting it below ground for that half a mile. So essentially what they're trying to accomplish, so. Believe they're gonna go on the south side of the road. We'll see whether the utilities may be in the way, but that's the plan, so.
okay, my question in that permit, are they gonna be boring across the road on 222 also?
I believe they are down at the intersection. They are, I believe.
But they're not doing it for each individual acre?
Usually it depends on where we put it. If they put it in the shoulder, then we don't bore underneath in like driveways because we're up on the shoulder. If they would have to go back
But they're putting it on the south side though, right?
on the south side, it'd be on the south shoulder is what would be the
Well, they
intent.
just going to that acreage on the south side then?
No, they're gonna continue going down, but I don't know if they'll bore the driveways through those or not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they plow through them, sometimes they bore them, so.
But shouldn't that be part of that permit though, if they're crossing that road? Boring under,
I think it is showing that, isn't it? Or
I don't know, I
It's
guess
still in there.
I couldn't see it on
On the
mine.
bottom here.
the red line,
They're scrolling through there.
Yeah, but I'm talking about each one of those acreages.
Or going under too.
I assume they'll reconnect those. And I assume they would have to bore those. I don't know if that come in a separate permit, but they didn't address those when they talked to me. I see what you're saying. This one's on the north side of the road is what you're talking about.
Now, there should be permit for those also.
I'll ask and find out what their plan is. I mean, I assume that's how those houses are being served, so I would agree with you, Gene.
Is this time sensitive? Do we want to put it off till next week or?
But to do this work, I think we can approve this work,
Okay.
but I'll follow up with them and let them know that if they're wanting to do those.
They should apply for those too.
Mhm.
That's what I could not see that in there, so that's why.
Nope, you're right, Gene. They didn't specify that anywhere that I seen. It's basically for the main line, not for any service lines.
So we're looking for approval of the Mid-American Energy permit to run electricity underneath Mahogany along 220th Street. Section 30.
Only along 220th,
Yep.
no crossing on 220th other than by Mahogany.
And
Also move,
at the half mile.
yeah, at the half mile.
With follow-up.
I'll second. It follows.
We have a motion. Okay, all in favor, say aye. Opposed. Okay. B, department construction update.
Few things, construction wise, the bridge on the Green County line, obviously has been open. They did get the final grading done. They're gonna be seeding and putting down the erosion control today, so that's kind of the last. Yes, physical construction part of the project that needs to get accomplished, so hopefully we can put that to bed after that, so. But turned out nice and
No Topeka Steiners were lost.
Not that I'm aware of. Except for when it rained like 4 inches,
Wash it downstream.
right? Other construction, we are starting, late last week, started construction on our first blocks, the one on 20th Street, northwest of Rapids. They had a bridge come out, we're working on grading that, and we'll be setting the sections this week. Should have it potentially back open by the end of the week.
And when they're done there, they're gonna go straight to 300.
They'll move straight to work on that. Yep. Other construction, last week we got seal coat accomplished at Maple River and Mark Carmel. Did that on Wednesday and Thursday. Seal coat and a fog seal on top of that, so. Glad to have that done, hopefully that will extend the life of that road for a while. There still is a patch to do at Maple River that work to address some drainage issues.
On the far west street.
West Street, so we're still working on that in the next couple of weeks, so.
Little feedback on that. I got some calls, about some communication issues. When we do
Same
that
here.
next time, they would appreciate some communication so the homeowners know when to. They can leave or come or whatever they need to do, park the car somewhere so they can walk to it and get to it. But some guys were having to drive across their yards. They were saying to get out of their driveways.
We can try to accommodate them better from that standpoint. For the most part with seal coated, it's a pretty quick process. There's maybe a couple hours when they're not able to be in their driveways, so not always do we communicate that when that process happens, when it's a fast moving process
Right.
like that. The other thing was we had about a couple of days notice of when it was actually gonna happen, so a little more difficult to get that communication out, but I appreciate.
Just some feedback that I got.
I got feedback too, and I gave him your number, but he said he was speaking for several people who were frustrated. And I said that you had tried to reach Kelly Foley, who is kind of the spokesperson for the town,
Mhm.
and he was overseas. But I did say, yeah, next time it will be better.
Absolutely. Other construction, we have Hawthorne closed outside of Maple River, or outside of Albert. We're doing some one of the bridge approaches on both sides of the bridge, as well as the intersection of 140th and Hawthorne to get. Working on that over this week and next, most likely. That road is closed while they're doing that, so about half a mile.
Notice has been put out on that.
Yep, notice has been.
I got one on my phone that said it was closed.
So you're thinking it's gonna be 2 weeks?
I think so. We'll see how it fits and if water does anything to us, but that's the guess right now. We'll definitely update that as we get closer to the end of next week. Then over the last week, we also were doing some patching on bridge decks as well. It's miscellaneous patching, it's surface patching. I think we got that accomplished, but I was countywide, picking and choosing places where we had top outs in places, some areas that needed to be repaired, so. Other work that we've been doing, we started tearing into our Templeton shed to re-insulate it. Found that it was not in very good condition, the walls and the roof, the ceiling as far as that goes. So we looking to modify our plan a little bit on what we're doing there and rebuild part of that structure. I think we got a pretty good game plan of how to do that and what it's going to take for a pretty reasonable cost. So it's,
We need to
I think we can
verbally
actually.
document that we approve that. I wonder, wouldn't that be,
Is it gonna need a budget?
I don't know if it even will. The cost times, we got some number back and from what we're seeing, I might be able to handle it with the budget I have.
You-
But for, so question, you'll have to take out a building permit, correct?
Yep.
So we probably need to put that on a future agenda and make a motion to.
why it's part of, I think we do it now, I'm support him. I make a motion to support his efforts on that.
But can we do that when it's not on the agenda?
It's not.
I don't think, I mean, I don't really need to approve the building permit on those with other things, but if you feel you want to, I'm fine with that, whatever you like.
I
I
just think
submitted,
he needs probably motion support.
I submitted the building permit to the city of Templeton.
Okay.
And we're going down the path.
Yeah, I think if you want support, yes.
I think just show support again. I'll make that motion.
To support the rebuilding from the poured concrete foundation.
Support of rebuilding it from its own, basically, the original footprint.
Yep.
I second it. It needs it. We have to do something with it. So,
Okay.
There's no Band-Aid's gonna fix
Nope.
that.
nothing on that.
That's beyond that. We're hoping for that we would be able to do that for what we use it for, but it's.
Yeah, I went down and looked at it with you.
Yeah.
Dean was there. I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
unanimous. So yeah, I don't know that we need,
If we need a
Make
budget,
a
then we can
motion to
budget
do
with
it. I
later,
can't
so we need
do it.
to.
let's make sure you dot your i's and cross your t's with the city of Templeton and
Well. Other than that, that's what we have going on.
now people can hear you. You want to repeat everything you just said? Yeah, I have no further questions for you other than the Maple River under communication perhaps. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Zach.
you. Item number 3, discuss zoning permits. Sarah, you had sent email, which we have. You sent Stephanie and I an email. And
Morning.
Morning.
I'll go ahead and let you talk.
Hi, yes, good morning. I sent an email back to Steph and Scott in August regarding our building permit fees, just because chair and vice chair wanted to let them know kind of we're getting a little differential based on other places. So I want the board to review our current building permit fee schedule. They have not been updated since October 2016, which you can see there. While the zoning office does not perform building inspections, they do review permits in relations to zoning regulations and requests that come before the Board of Adjustment and Zoning Commission. The current fee schedule, it does not account for the staff time, administrative processes, or the costs that are required by law we are to cover, such as mailings, such as public notices, and any related expenses. Perfect example here is a Board of Adjustment application is $50. To publish in all 3 papers is over $50. And then I do need to send out by mail to all the adjacent property owners. And as we know, mail continues to go up. So if our fee is $50 and we're not even covering how we're supposed to do our public notices, I do think we need to look at this. I'm not asking for any direct action now. I do have data upstairs. I'm happy to send it to you guys. Just wanted to put it on your radar, maybe something for 2026 and how deep you want me to get data.
I think they are perhaps out of date. I mean, you gave us some comparisons. We've been discussing for the last year or more, probably a demolition permit, which you said you're working
Yep.
on, which I think also needs to be put in
Added.
there. I think most counties, I back up. I know of several cities that have demolition permits, which number one notifies the assessor's office that take it off the taxes. And yeah, but I think we need to also add that at the same time. And I think January 1st would be a good time to whatever the board decides to increase the structure costs by would be a good implementation date. And then you have reoccurring fees where every year thereafter the fee shall be adjusted by the lesser of 3% rounded to $5. Just to keep them current, because it's been 6 years since they've been looked at. Do they have any comments on that?
I don't.
Coordinate for us to do that, we have to publish anything, or can we just have that on that December agenda? And
When I looked at the ordinance, the fees are in the ordinance. So I think probably some type of a resolution stating what the fees are.
Right. December timeframe probably with that. Okay. Okay, any more questions on zoning? All right, item number 4. County Assessor Updates website.
Okay, also with the zoning hat, I wear the assessor hat, so I'm not going to get up and sit back down. But as the Carroll County Assessor, I made the decision to remove the search by owner name function from the public assessor website. This Change does not restrict required access to property information. Members of the public may still obtain assessment information by parcel number, property address, or legal description. When a record is opened, the property owner's name continues display unless redacted under law, for example, our safe at home or other Iowa Code confidentiality provisions. So legally, Iowa Code Chapter 2022.1 requires public records to be open for examination, but it does not require that a bulk search tool be provided online. Iowa Code 22.7 establishes categories of records that may be kept confidential, including personal information where disclosure would pose safety risks or where release does not further serve the core purpose of government transparency. IPIB has recognized that personal contact details of individuals such as home addresses, personal phone numbers, and personal emails may be withheld because they do not serve a core public purpose and could pose safety risks.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yep.
For those who don't know, IPIB stands for Iowa Public Information Board.
Thank you. I forgot to put that in my notes here. By extension, unrestricted name-based bulk searches of property owners facilitate data harvesting and misuse of data, which could include identity theft, stalking, and harassment, which is not required under Iowa Code and undermines resident privacy and safety. Iowa law specifically protects the residential addresses of program participants in Safe at Home. Maintaining bulk name search functionality heightens the risk of exposing protected information or creating unnecessary liability for the county. The bulk name search functionality makes it easier for bad actors to generate lists of property owners by name, which can be misused. By disabling this tool, Carroll County reduces potential liability while continuing to provide all information required by law. So property records remain fully accessible, and this decision only removes the mass lookup feature. Under Iowa Code Chapter 441, the county assessor is independently responsible for maintaining and administering assessment records. The Board of Supervisors does not have statutory authority over the assessor's operational decisions, including website functionality. That being said, a show of support from the Board of Supervisors would send a strong message of unity of public safety and demonstrate to the public that Carroll County leadership values both transparency and resident protection. So in conclusion, this is legally sound under Iowa Code and the Iowa Public Information Board, as well as, you know, just being a public safety and privacy while being fully compliant with Iowa laws. And then it's within the scope of Chapter 441.
So my concerns are, I'll start first, are, I think that, the residents and, several people use it for their jobs are gonna see it as a takeaway. And, it's not saving the county any money by not having it turned on. I mean, it's there and, it's something that we've had forever. And I get it. You run your own office. The Board of Supervisors does not have authority over, we can't tell you how to run your office or what to turn off or turn on. But that's why I wanted it on the agenda today, in case other people had comments or thoughts on this.
Did you get some feedback about to take it off their system? Or why did you make the decision, I guess?
There are other assessors in Iowa who have made this decision as well. And in light of your June 2025 Minnesota cases where there was instances where they were looked up 45 names of people and they were stalked, murdered in their homes. You can look that up. It's just one of those public safety things that as our world changes, maybe we need to look at the way we change things. And we only provide, you know, it is still searchable. Names are not pulled from the site. So you would just need to search by address, legal description, or parcel number, rather than having that.
Or you can go to iowatreasure.org and search. and
I'm
find it there.
talking about the assessor's website.
I know, but
so
I'm
that's
saying
completely up
instead
to
of,
you.
instead of a workaround, I mean, people are used to it and they're used to having it.
Mhm.
And
But does that have the county's name on it? Does that have the state name on it? So I'm trying to basically, you know, I understand it's raised questions. I'm not taking anything away by Iowa law. So I'm just making the search a
can
bit
do it,
different.
but yeah,
I'm just disappointed you didn't maybe go to the whole board and ask.
And I
just
do
go through it.
apologize that this happened the way it happened. I had asked questions if it was an option with our website and they changed it. I never said yes or no. They automatically
But you
did
could
it.
tell them, you could send one more email and say, turn it back on while this is under discussion or consideration.
And I could, and I apologize that I didn't. I was at meetings. And I
And
had
I
very
get
bad
the comment.
service. It
I get
was,
the
it was
this
something.
board Doesn't tell you how to run your office, but I still think it's something that should have been run by the conference board.
Something that big, I agree.
I mean, again, I think the board of supervisors is gonna take the hit. We're not her boss. I mean,
And that's why I made that.
when you look at this, she's her own taxing authority. She's one of those little
Mhm.
pieces of the pie. And I think it's used more widely than perhaps you realize. I don't know if is there anybody in the audience who would like to speak on this? Please come up and state your name. Sarah, will you turn on the microphone?
Yep.
Please.
Gentlemen.
Come up here.
The podium there.
Scott Potoff and my daughter Piper, we're both certified generals. And we primarily just do farms for the lawyers in town for the estate work and local banks. And when you look up a farm, there's usually not gonna be an address. And I got the name, so usually I can type in the name and that gentleman's parcels will come up. All on my screen, I can click on that parcel and print out the assessor's card. Click on it again, just go down the list. Well, example wise, Frank sent a request to appraise Mr. Brody's estate. Mr. Brody has farms in 4 different townships, 6 different farms. And I'm supposed to find them by clicking back to the GSI map, which is a separate screen, then back to the parcel screen to print it out. It's very time consuming, and then I really don't know if I got them all, because I can't type in his name. Or how they hold title. I can change it from John to his trust to his personal. So I went up to the courthouse Friday and asked for all the parcels. So all the parcels come back, big list like this. So am I going to take this list back? This is probably the easiest way rather than going to the website. Going up there every time and asking for the list of all the parcels. And next time I'm going to ask for the parcels themselves. And then she's going to have to print them all out and send them to me. All this does is create more expense for the county. Doesn't accomplish anything, because as you said, you can go to the treasurer's site, get the names, get the parcels, and you know everything. As to houses in town, it's much easier because you got the address, yeah. Out in the farm, I don't have an address. Now, if I wanted to go to the legal description, they sent me the legal description like this. Now, am I going to type out that full legal description on each of these parcels to find out if I got them all? And then I got to click on the map to really see if I got the right one. And then there could be an easement, half-mile easement that's only 60 feet wide that is hard to see on the screen. And unless I can go to the name and print out all the parcels, I'm really not assured I have it all. So then I'm calling the lawyer back, Bruner, Steiger, whoever, and asking them to double check the parcels for me. So then my fee goes up, their fee goes up, the estate fee goes up, and it accomplishes 0.
And it's not a tax savings. It's
No,
not like the
no,
county's
no.
saving any money by turning this on or
No.
off.
Crawford County does it, but very,
In addition, we cover about all of Western Iowa, so about 30 counties. I've looked into a majority of them. Crawford and Story are the only 2 counties in the whole Western Iowa that does this. And Crawford is considered our worst county to work in
I charge more
for Crawford County
to go over there.
because it is harder work.
Just takes me back.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Please introduce yourself. Much I hate to say that.
Thank you. I don't think this is a good idea because this is something we use daily. To get information for search warrants and stuff that have to be accurate. And just like Scott was saying, for us to sit there and try to put the legal description in ourselves, rather than just printing this out and attaching it to the search warrant. lot better chance for mistakes. Errors, I mean, I guarantee they're gonna happen. So I will miss this if we don't have it. If we use it a lot. So that's all I have to say.
We've all become to rely on it because we've had it and now it's a takeaway. Yeah.
But we do use it a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Courtney, do your office use it?
What real estate grant would be, past fees? Yeah. So it's just easier.
So Sarah, is this something you would reconsider or?
Potentially. But do you guys use Tyler as well in your office too, Courtney? Just, okay, I'm just curious because that is the way to be found.
We utilize.
I did get a couple phone calls of people and I think it was more for them being nosy, wanting to know something than the legal or the work reasons that Mr. Potoff described. But yeah, again, I don't want people to think the Board of Supervisors is the ones who are taking this away. But I think it does. I think your inquiry when you asked about it, yeah, I think that it probably should deserve a follow-up that says, no, don't turn it off yet. I just wanted to know, could you turn it off?
By the time I saw the email, it had already been turned off
Exactly.
because I was,
If they can turn it off that quick, they can probably turn it right back on that quick.
Question.
yep,
Is there a way to like give certain people access?
that is one thing that I've been looking into.
You know, like say, you know, the county offices and then like people that do this for a living.
Yeah,
take their
appraisers.
Usernames and passwords and then not, you know, public can't search it, but
Yes.
I don't, I just thought maybe that.
Good thought.
Both sides have-
Yeah.
But according to you, only 2 counties in Western Iowa have it turned off. And it's Story and Crawford, you said?
Yeah, and I don't know about password, pay for a password, then we're an elite group of people that can access it and other people in the county can't. That doesn't
It's
seem,
public information.
it's public, I don't think that's a good option. Everybody should be able to do what I do. Look it up. I'm not anybody special.
People are just now gonna go to the treasurer's office, look it up, and then go back to the county.
Right.
So it's just a workaround.
It is, exactly.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's all public information. I mean, it's
It's
not.
public information. We're an open state.
I get the safety concern that she has, but if somebody wants to kill somebody bad enough, they're gonna find out where they live.
Our department does use it as well, not every day, but we do use that search function.
For when people call in for a ticket or,
Just different times,
Yep.
depending what we're doing for projects and what have you, so.
And I think certain circumstances, you actually can be removed from the database, I think.
back to blue, like law enforcement does that, to be honest.
Certain things like that, I think they can, if
Yep.
they request it, by the state, they get removed.
So in
So-
an instance, if you did just a name search, or the property owners who don't have names, then you could find those properties without names, much easier too. With that mass search.
So is this something you're willing to reconsider as far as turning it back on and getting more public comment or?
I'm looking at currently right now, potentially getting usernames and passwords. I will consider it, absolutely. I just- I don't want-
Beyond usernames and passwords, I mean, putting it back like it was a week ago.
I am looking.
If it was a tax savings and it was gonna save the county $500,000, I could totally see it. But if it's available, I think it should be available to the public instead of having to do the workaround. That's my thoughts and the feedback that I've got from people.
In my opinion, being a third of your conference board, I said, I would really appreciate if you turn it back on. And if we need to have a conference meeting, maybe we need to have a meeting, but just to take it away, I personally don't.
My intention.
No, but I
No.
would have gone through the
She
conference
got
board.
blindsided when it went away as quick as it did.
Right, but still,
We spoke.
let's talk about it before we even ask about taking it on, I guess is what I'm getting at. As your conference board, I think you should get the conference board together and see what we all decide. If we all decide to it, then they've got some. We can talk about that and see what we need to do, but I guess. That's
I'm
my
gonna agree
opinion.
with you, but at the end of the day, ultimately, she runs her office.
I get it.
I agree with what Scott and Mark, what you're saying, but ultimately, at the end of the day,
It
she
should-
does run her office.
Yeah.
And we can give you opinions on how we feel about it, and the public can give you opinions, but it is your office, so.
Well, and the thing is, this information is public information. They're gonna find it some way or another.
Yep.
Just to take it away just for that reason. and inconvenience the public. I don't necessarily agree with that neither.
Say, we've got a bad enough name the way it is as being a taxing entity. And if people see this as a takeaway, it's just gonna add to that.
You're right. Case in point. Someone dropped off their taxes at my house last night that I'm partially. Started yipping at me and I said, look at the backside of it and don't yip at us, yip at the other taxing entities.
So, you're willing to look at it and, um,
We
How
can't
will-
tell you to do it, but.
yeah, how will we know if and when you decide? What would be the best way to communicate that?
And, you know, like put it on the internet.
Okay.
Facebook, however you guys would like it. Be conveyed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Approved plats. We have, one requested and owned by Kevin B. Wieland. Highway 71 and 320th.
I will move to approve that plat.
We have a motion, a second to approve the plat owned by Kevin B. Wieland. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have no manure management acknowledgements, so we will go item number 6, committee reports.
I go first, I guess. On Wednesday, I had a 911 EMA meeting at 6 o'clock. A couple things to look to. The Governor Reynolds took away the county's, or they're gonna start charging our 911 service, which is gonna give us a shortfall in our funds every year. And looking at the estimated value, at the end of the year, it's probably gonna cost the county $23,000, just so FYI. I know Sheriff Pingree talked about this a few meetings ago.
Jason Hoffman's been beating this drum
he's
with the
been-
state legislators, and he had spoke at the legislative forums about how it was going to affect us, and now we know a dollar amount.
Yep, so it's gonna be about approximately $23,000. Our portable communication center has arrived. Jason packaged
I
it.
saw that.
Yeah, he hasn't shown us yet, but it's kind of, sounds like a pretty neat thing where they're gonna be able to take this, the comm center, just to different locations if something maybe is going on and use it. So we didn't get a look at it. And then Jeff Cullen gave a update on the EMA commission meeting. They're gonna try talking about taking away his funding too, which is gonna hurt a little bit. That's part of his salary. So they haven't said it yet, but sounds like they're gonna take funding away from that. So anyway, Friday I attended the Rolling Meadows Coffee, a very interesting place to be. This week I've got a Carroll area child care board meeting tonight, so that's about all I have on my agenda for the week.
You guys doing the tornado fire?
We're gonna start, when we get the panic buttons put in, then we're gonna start rolling all out at the same time. We thought it'd be better to do it all at once versus having them and then, so when the panic buttons are installed and ready to go, then we're gonna start moving active shooter training and all that stuff, so.
Perfect. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mark.
Yep.
I can go next. Last week, Monday, I went out secondary roads, looked at claims. I did the newspaper and radio. I went to the Carroll City Council meeting. Tuesday was the executive board meeting at Solid Waste Commission. After that meeting, we have a subcommittee and it was a kickoff meeting for director recruitment at the landfill. And then Gene and I attended on Tuesday afternoon for lunch, actually, CCGP workshop meeting. I also talked with the county attorney about 28Es and possible injuries with all the 28Es we're signing with other neighboring counties. And I did have a conversation with HR about exempt employees and overtime compensation. Wednesday, I talked with Jamie, ambulance director, about hospital to hospital transfers. And I did do an on-site Templeton maintainer shed visit with Zach and Jean. I did attend the Rob Sand event at 1730 Tap House. Thursday, Maple River Road complaint about lack of notification and road closures. I spoke with that gentleman for quite a while. He said he was speaking for several people. There was also Thursday night, chamber night shift at Windstar. Friday was chamber coffee at Rolling Meadows Senior Living. Mark's right, nice place. Saturday, I did drive the roads in Maple River and Mount Carmel after the slurry and limestone applications were put down. And right now they were very nice as far as smooth and no dust, whatever that foggy, whatever material was, or else the limestone chips were bigger this time, but yeah, that was nice. This week, today at noon or at 11:30, I have RSVP. Wednesday, another RSVP Senior Fun Day at the Carrollton. Thursday, I'll be out at Roads looking at claims. Friday, I'll do courthouse claims. And also Friday, Chamber Coffee at the Conservation Center for its 20-year anniversary. Questions?
What was that last one?
Chamber Coffee at the Conservation Center for 20-year anniversary. I believe they said it was going to be celebrating 20 years.
Okay, I can go next. Monday I did, after our board meeting, went out to New Opportunities, signed several documents out there. And then, as Scott said, Tuesday, we had our CCGP, strategic planning meeting. We're doing a lot of that right now, trying to decide our direction we're going to be going. Wednesday, I did attend the Rob Sands event. And Thursday, I attended the Zoom, the Highway 30 Coalition. Highway 30 from in Boone County is now opened up. They've got that finished.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. And one of the things that with the Highway 30, they've been pushing for that to be done. And one of the things that we're getting feedback now, they say they don't have the money and that we need to look at pushing for another gas tax increase. So to get some of this stuff done, and I don't know if that's even going to happen. So
the DOT in general wants another, wow.
So then I did have several times met with Zach Anderson and regard to several topics, including the Templeton shed. Did look at that. One other thing I worked on this week, and I do have, and I want it on the agenda next week, is a replacement for a Roselle Township trustee due to the vacancy. I do have a fellow that'll take that
Thank
position.
you for doing your homework on that. Yeah.
And then today I also had the radio and newspaper, and then Friday I have a meeting up at Cherokee for the Yes Center board meeting. And that's my week.
Last week I went out to Region 12, signed checks. And then we had a Region 12 executive policy board. And then we also had a housing board meeting. And then I did receive some complaints about the assessor's website thing. I followed up on 2 of them. I have 1 more to follow up today. And then I did drive by the Templeton shed, but I could not go in it, but I will go in that this week. And I do appreciate you taking your own crews and utilizing what needs to be done there. I appreciate it and something has to be done, but I do want to see the inside as well. Then to Gene's thing with the Roselle Township, thank you. I answered all of his questions about being a township trustee.
Good job.
Yeah. And this week I am gonna go to the Friday Chamber Coffee. And then hopefully get out to see that shed as well. But I do not have any meetings specifically that are government related, supervisor related.
Courtney, you might want to put down, I spent a lot of Thursday and Friday answering questions about the assessor's site also.
Yeah.
Nope, I will add it.
Are you just gonna give her
Yeah.
smart?
It was, well, I think it caught a lot of people off guard, which again, that is not on the assessor. She did not ask him to do it. And I talked to her, she was in Iowa City at a conference. I did talk to her several times also. So any comments or questions from those in attendance? Courtney, next week, Bill Day and Roselle Township Day, or Roselle Township Clerk appointee, trustee, sorry.
Trustee.
Okay. No comments from anybody in the audience?
Just thank you for listening and would great thoughts.
All right, thank you for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Okay.
coming.
All right, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned 9:39.